We used to recite that, 1993. Nowadays, our young people don't even compete with a book that they are reading, which is the poetry. Nowadays, most of young people cannot even give you one writer that they are reading. So how do you model yourself around these people? Oli Soyinka, you know, we used to compete with that. That is my generation. I don't know what your generation, who are you competing with, and what books are you reading? But maybe the last point on this is that poetry has died in schools. We used to have poetry clubs in schools. Some of us used to love being part of a poetry club. I don't know whether poetry clubs are still there. We are hoping that through this session, we will revive that culture of poetry clubs, especially in the region of Swan. Because Swan is nicely organized through regions. So if there are regions, we can be able to sponsor a poetry club competition. And there are platforms, they are here. Some of us are companies, we fund these things. So what we are saying is that if you don't do it, there's nobody who will know. And even our government will find it difficult to do. Those are the comments, generally. We've answered the questions. Just perfumula on your, as you wrap up for us, and then we prepare for lunch.
Okay, concerning the poetry clubs and poetry in schools, one thing I have noticed is that, as Manta also said, is that there's hardly any poetry clubs anymore. Teachers and the arts invigilators at schools hardly put effort anymore into poetry clubs. In June, I had I was able to actually be a part of a project where we had USA poets, right? And I've been in discussion with those poets, and they've been telling me that in the US, Washington DC to be more specific, they have poetry slam competitions, whereby they actually involve all schools around the region, the whole of USA. They have regional competitions and also national competitions of poetry. I believe if we were to actually do that in Victoria, we could grow it into a bigger platform and make it the whole of South Africa, where we have young poets from schools. Imagine a person in grade 8 coming up and actually expressing their views, because the young poets are ones who actually have more to say than others. So I believe we have to actually work hard and actually work with the education department to actually put that platform forward, and it will definitely grow.
Thank you so much. And we've come to our last part of our session, which is session 1, because we've got 3 sessions. So session 1 is going to recess now. So I'm just going to invite you to go have lunch. When we come back, we'll have our MMC addressing us, because she will be giving us just a bigger picture on how government operates, especially at the municipality level, and where do you come in the day-to-day job that she does. This is our MMC, who I really work with her a lot, and I admire her courage and support. She has been somewhere else. She has made sure that she comes here. I think let's give a round of applause for our MMC. So